Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Broyans Farm. Just pulled into the hometown farmers market. As you can see, that parking lot is empty. And you can see a small portion of that parking lot over there. And there's obviously no cars in there as well. This is what the truck looks like just before we start unloading. We took the tarps off, that was about it. All the racks are full and the middle's full.
Amigo, have a wonderful day. Say goodbye to everybody. Tell them you wait for them here.
Thank you. Yep. Good day.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. Hello. See you later.
See the dad and the son smiling, happy as fuck. That's what's up.
Truck's unloaded for the most part. Everything up here now is doubles and some triples. With it being so windy, cold, and rainy, we didn't want to take any of our vine crops off because they'll just wilt right down and look terrible. So we left them up. If people ask about them, then we'll take them off. Out here, it was just half hailing. You can actually kind of see it still icy on my chair. And now it's just rain. A lot of the people are starting to clear out. Definitely not the best day at market, but we're having a decent day. We're over halfway through the day. The rain keeps coming on and off. It's funny because all that in there is inside vendors, and so when it rains, everybody goes inside, customers I mean, and then once the sun kind of comes out like it is right now, then everybody comes back out and we'll get a little bit of a rush of people. Right now, it's kind of just a couple customers here and there trickling in. We sold about 20 hanging baskets so far, and I wouldn't really say we sold out of much of anything, but we sold a lot of everything. Sometimes you have days where people just come and look. They really don't buy much. But today we're noticing we're selling a lot to the people that are here. It's just there's not that many people actually coming to the market because of the weather. Some of the flowers don't like the rain so much and the cold weather, like these petunias. They were all kind of up and nice, and now they're wilted down and kind of ugly. The nice thing about peppers and tomatoes is they just basically stay the same. Unless it gets real cold, which it hasn't been that bad. We sold out of some herbs and some peppers, but we still have a good variety, which is nice because people coming aren't disappointed. Impatiens kind of get a little bit ugly when they get wet too, but they don't look the worst. I'll do a little bit of a walk around. It's 6 o'clock. We're just starting to pack. We did really well on our hanging baskets today. We actually did pretty well on everything. The day actually straightened out. It's nice and sunny now. It's warming up just a little bit. But now it's time to head home. We're 3/4 of the way loaded. We just basically have half of the front tables to go yet. And a couple things over on this side. I say this every single time market's over with. It looks like walking back through here that we didn't sell anything, but you've also got to remember all of these racks, instead of having 5 on, most of them only have 4, some only have 3, like that one. None of the top racks are filled, and we're not going to have really anything up the aisle.
I remember when we got our first video camera. I remember Aunt Kathy, he sat it, or Aunt June it was, he sat it on your shoulder. It was so big.
they're coming out with them again. Got them again now.
They were the neatest thing ever. You took a picture and you could look at it.
And it just came right out immediately.
Yep.
It's the next day, we're back home. We're unloading truck right now. Frank has basically been doing it by himself, which is fine because while he's doing that, Dad and I are in the greenhouses watering. He doesn't have that much more to go, actually. Yesterday was Wednesday. We were at the hometown farmers market, and now today is Thursday, obviously. So that means tomorrow we're gonna be packing for Saylorsburg, the Blue Ridge Flea Market. That market goes Saturday and Sunday, and because it's gonna be our first nice weekend, we're pretty sure we're gonna go both days. Usually we only go for one day, and that's just the nicer day of the weekend. And so with all this cloudy, rainy weather that we've been having, which has been going on for like 5 days at least now, it's creating a little bit of a problem in our greenhouses. Certain things like the dahlias that were blooming so nice now are starting to drop petals, which is fine, that's natural. But with them being so confined in here, it's kind of just taking these petals, rotting them, making them mushy, and then they're molding down in underneath, and it's kind of rotting some of the leaves on the plant. So what I've been going through and doing now is cleaning all of the petals and deadheads off of the plants, so we just have a nice big gorgeous lush plant, and none of that foliage is going to fall down in and rot. This flat right here I left because we're going to take them tomorrow, and so I'm not done yet. I still have quite a bit to go, but once I'm done, none of these should have any flowers on them. The truck's unloaded. I just went over to the shed. Dad and I got a tank of spray mixed up to kill weeds in the strawberries because it's not going to be that long and we're going to be picking. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you can see what we do and how we do it here on the farm. It's nice, we're finally seeing some sun here. Mom's got the fans, the big fans running in the greenhouses. They haven't ran in about a week. And Frank, he's down weed whacking. All this was really high grass because we have all this in the way. He moved it, got that weed whacked around. The farm's really looking beautiful right now. Dad can't get in the field because we've had so much rain. Hopefully, within about 2 or 3 days, this is gonna dry out, especially with these 60 to 70 degree days we have coming up. And then we can get ready to start planting onions. I just got up here to the field. This field isn't too bad. Now, as far as the stand of the berries go, it's not so hot. I don't understand why we lost berries like we did this year, but there's nothing we can do about it. This is, I don't know if it's the 2nd or 3rd year now for these berries. The plants that are here are beautiful. It's just that I don't know why so many of them died. And so different varieties did a lot better. You can see how these ones over here are way nicer and fuller than these ones, but I guess that's something we'll just have to get figured out. Anyway, I'm more worried about the weeds right now. You can see how all these little ones are coming up. I'm gonna hopefully take care of them. It's a little bit breezy. I don't like there to be any wind, but it's a job that's gotta get done, and it's not the worst. So I think I'm gonna try and do it. Some of these plants are just coming out. You can see how the leaves are still kind of crinkled. Hopefully in about a week or 2, they'll really be out and the plant should be nice and bushy. And then over on this side of the field, we're actually starting to see some blossoms. And that's because these are the early season. These, I think, on the middle here are like the early mid, and then we have the mid late and then the late season. And so right there is exactly what we're looking for. What'll happen is in the beginning of the season, if we get frost, that'll actually turn black. And I don't know if I can find any here. I don't see any right now. I did see some at the beginning, I'll show you. But anyway, if this, which is the strawberry, this green part is black, that means the frost got it and it's not gonna produce any berries. This one looks, nope, they're good. And so obviously we don't wanna see any of that. For the past couple years, we have been seeing some frost damage, and obviously that hurts a lot of the population, especially if there's a lot of blossoms out. And we're hoping now that this is starting to warm up again, we're not gonna get any more of this cold weather. You never know, but we'll see what happens. Down here, there's more blossoms. Trying to find one that's got hurt by the frost, but I don't see any. Okay, so right here is a good example. You can see how the berry inside there is black. It's basically dead. It's not gonna produce anything. And that's about the only one I see. These ones here, look like they got hit a little bit, but I think they're still gonna make it through. They must have just been the first ones out, because even these ones right here are nice and green. So here we are now the next day, just about to start loading truck. Dad's in the greenhouse right now getting some stuff watered, and I think we're gonna have a nice, beautiful day, so hopefully a lot of stuff dries out and we'll have to get some fertilizer. Frank's down here at the pond weed whacking. He just did this whole waterway here and around the edge of the pond. He's about halfway done. You can still see he's got this section and that side over there to go. But now I'm gonna grab him and we're gonna start loading truck. Then hopefully if we get done at a decent time, he can get back to this again today.
What's up, Logan?
Good morning.
Morning.
You're already getting after it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How's it look?
Beautiful. So I'm thinking we'll start loading truck.
Okay.
And then if we get done at a decent time, maybe you can get back to it. We'll see what happens. So we're in the process of loading. Finally starting to see some nice holes. I'm expecting this weekend to be pretty good with the warm weather. It's been so rainy and cold and windy that a lot of people have been holding off. And I think this weekend's kind of just really gonna explode. Truck's a little over halfway loaded. Kind of load it the same way every time. Herbs and veggies and flowers. That's what I'm calling it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and always remember it ain't much, but it's honest work.